I didn't wake up one morning magically healed. I didn't suddenly grow wings or wisdom or boundaries, no. I learned the hard way, the slow way. The God, is this really what love looks like way? I learned by bleeding, quietly, softly. In rooms where nobody noticed the puddles forming at my feet. I learned by giving pieces of myself to people who only came close when they needed warmth but disappeared when I needed a hand to hold. I learned by loving people who were comfortable watching me fall apart, as long as I kept showing up with a smile on my face and strength in my voice. But strength is not a compliment when it becomes a reason people think you don't need care. So I stopped bleeding for people who never once reached for a bandage. I stopped letting my heart leak for people who only love me when I was convenient. I stopped calling it loyalty when it was really self-abandonment. I stopped calling it forgiveness when it was really me trying to earn a place God never intended me to stay. Because here's the truth. Some people don't want you healed. Healed you sees too clearly. Healed you stops overgiving. Healed you stops accepting crumbs and calling it a feast. Healed you stops bleeding. And when you stop bleeding, you stop feeding the people who were nourished by your wounds. So I stitched myself up, not perfectly, not quickly, but intentionally. I stitch myself with honesty, the kind that burns before it blesses. I stitch myself with boundaries, the kind that feel like betrayal to the people who benefited from your lack of them. I stitch myself with truth, the kind that makes you grieve the version of you who didn't know better. And when I finally stood up, when I finally looked at myself without the fog of desperation, I whispered, baby, you deserve better the whole time. And for the first time, I didn't argue with myself. Now, I don't bleed for anybody, not for their comfort, not for their ego, not for their convenience. If you didn't help me heal, you don't get access to the healed version of me. If you didn't bandage me, you don't get to touch me. If you didn't show up for my wounds, you don't get to celebrate my glow. Because I learned the hard way, the holy way, the southern way, that love without care is not love. Loyalty without reciprocity is not loyalty, and giving without receiving is not strength, it's slow death. So I stopped bleeding for people who never bandaged me. And that's the moment I stopped dying in places God never sent me to live. That's the moment I stopped shrinking to fit inside hands that were never gentle enough to hold me. That's the moment I stopped confusing pain with purpose. That's the moment I finally understood my healing is my responsibility, but my hurting was never my fault. And now I walk differently. Now I love differently. Now I choose differently. Because a woman who stops bleeding becomes a woman who starts living. And baby, I'm living now fully.